Hello and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It is time for the 10 Weather Impact Show, and we are so glad that you're here with us because, as we know, weather plays a really important part in all of our holiday plans.
We certainly do. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Happy
Bree.
holidays, folks. A lot of us waking up to some of those wet roads out there.
It was kind of dicey this morning in some spots with the fog, but thankfully not a lot of people getting out unless you're going to grandma's, but hopefully you're able to sleep in and, you know, go a little bit later to get those gifts going.
Yeah, a little rainy out there overnight into this morning, but I think overall, I think we're looking okay for our Christmas, right?
Yes, and you've seen the sun has come out in so many spots, and as we take a look at the 10 Weather Impact, our headlines as we move forward, not going to be anything too crazy for us. It is going to be a mild Christmas day, and we are expecting to see some showers on and off, but not until Friday. And then as we push forward to end 2025, I can't even believe I'm saying that, right? It's almost the end of this year. We are going to have some really cold air, and I'll let you know coming up if it's looking to be dry or if you might need an umbrella or maybe anything to help with snow removal. But we'll get to that in just a bit. Here is a look at the forecast. You saw earlier today we did have more clouds, but as we head into the second half of the day today, we are expecting a nice mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures in the 40s, and then as we go into the evening, it won't be too cold overnight, but that's what's going to allow it to be more of rain as we go into your Friday versus anything else. Now, Saturday is looking dry, but I do want to walk you through everything you need to know for Christmas, the day after Christmas, and then heading into the weekend. So we did start to see the sun clear out around the noon hour, and the clouds moving out from north to south, really kind of adding a different layer of the holiday for us. I wish we had some snow on the ground, at least for that feeling of a white Christmas, but unfortunately it was just too warm this year. Now, overnight, we did get the moisture we would have needed to have a white Christmas, or at least a little bit of snow for Christmas morning. But what happened was we had a big surge of warm air that moved in, and as a result, that kept those temperatures above the freezing point. So we had rain and even some wind versus having snow. So the hour-by-hour forecast continues to show that sunshine spreading out with some clouds mixing in as we go into the evening and overnight into Friday morning. So I'm going to stop the clock here, and we'll look at 7 a.m. Maybe some spots where those temperatures are close to the freezing mark. We might have a little transition between rain and maybe a little bit of a wintry mix, although I am not looking at anything major in the way of accumulation for your Friday. It is just going to be on and off showers, pretty cloudy for most of the day, but we've had some really warm air surge in. And as a result, that is going to boost those temperatures up there for us. Even as we go into the afternoon, maybe you want to be out and about with the family. Maybe it's just a good day to stay indoors and watch all of those favorite holiday movies. This is definitely going to be the day to do it, so you just don't have to deal with that rain. Although it is certainly going to be very warm, as I'll show you where our afternoon high is going to be. But I can tell you, they'll be very spotty. Roads will be wet. Again, I'm not anticipating any major disruptions to your day or any types of travel plans. I know some people do like to shop the day after Christmas as well, so you never know. If you're out and about, you might find a good deal. I think a lot of the decorations get marked off afterwards, so maybe you can get some key items for next year. That's one of my favorite pastimes, and maybe it's yours too. Now, as we go into the evening, scattered showers continuing, and then some more clouds roll in as we go overnight into Saturday morning. I do want to look at the long-range forecast for us as we go into Sunday, because some of us are going to be traveling back home after the holidays. You can see the winds coming in out of the southwest. That's bringing some really, really warm air in, and as a result, we are going to see one of our warmest days on Sunday. Now, as we go into the day, you can see that's also going to be bringing a lot of moisture. Big low pressure system that's going to be moving in. That's going to also be bringing us some rain to start. And I say that because if you look further off to the west, you can start to see a little bit of snow showing up here. So that's the cold air that's coming in on the backside. And as that wraps around and comes in, that's actually going to switch this precip for some of us over from rain to more of snow or a wintry mix. Now, this is mainly going to be for the morning hours, but you can see by late morning and early afternoon, as those winds shift and start to come out of the northwest, we are going to be looking at a lot of cold air filtering in. That's what's going to make that transition for many of us from colder rain to more of a wintry mix or even some snow, as you can see from Fort Wayne even up to the lakefront. This could also create some lake enhancement of rain and snow showers from Cleveland to Erie up to Buffalo in case you have family or friends traveling home or you're coming back from there. But by the later afternoon and early evening, this does look to transition over to all snow. So just to give you an idea, this is what we are looking at for Sunday into Monday. So those 2 days, they're not going to be the best travel days, but as we look at where that temperature profile is, that'll help us determine how much we actually get. So hopefully you don't have too much traveling to do on Monday. We could still see some lingering snow showers though as we go into Tuesday overnight. So just keep that in mind. I do think most of this will wrap up. And again, we are still several days out. So I always like to caution with these long range forecasts because things can still change. But it does look like that storm system will bring us some rain starting on Sunday and some very cold air, which could switch us over to some snow going into Monday. Then by Tuesday, you can see our winds start to shift back more to the west-northwest and not as direct north. So we will start to rebound, although we also going to stay pretty cold and below average as we go into New Year's Eve on Wednesday. So for your Wednesday plans, just to let you know, it does look dry at this point, which is great news. And then as we move forward and we go into Wednesday evening for New Year's Eve, right now it's looking dry, but it does look to be pretty chilly and cold for us with below average temperatures. So if that is the case, just telling you now, I'd have that extra warm jacket, or ladies, maybe with your fancy dress, you can wear some tights and boots, something fun for the holidays. Going into New Year's Day right now for Thursday morning, it is going to be keeping most of that moisture to the north as we see right now. But it's also a good day to watch football. So if it's cold, stay indoors, put your new Christmas hoodie on, should be in good shape. Forecast for Christmas again, we do get up into the low 50s this afternoon with some gradual clearing. And as we take a final look at the temperature forecast again for the first week of January, we do look to be around normal. That's upper 30s to low 40s. For tomorrow's forecast, scattered showers again, 58 degrees. It's going to be really mild for us. And then again, here is that 7-day outlook for you, just to give you an idea of what we are focused on. So I do want to say Friday, 58, going to have scattered showers on and off throughout the day. Saturday, looking to be our dry day with 50. Sunday, we do have a mix of snow showers and even rain showers, especially as we go later into the day. We will see that transition, especially going into Monday, but for right now, very, very warm on Sunday ahead. But Monday is the best chance for us to get that transition over to snow. You can see we wake up with those temperatures below freezing. Afternoon highs getting into the upper 30s. I do think we'll see that high earlier in the day, but you'll certainly feel that cold air behind the system on Tuesday. Again, we could go back and forth whether we still have some lingering snow showers for Tuesday morning, but New Year's Eve, going to be below average. So it's very interesting though, Bree, because if we would switch our forecast from Christmas to New Year's Eve, we would have snow on Christmas and rain on New Year's Eve, but maybe Mother Nature is just exhausted from the air.
Yeah, a little confused out there right now, but you covered all the bases. I mean, we have Christmas Day, but I know myself, I'm already thinking about my New Year's Eve plans.
Of course, so am I.
It's really important. So it's going to be cold out there.
It is. But right now it looks dry, which is good because, you think about some New Year's Eves, if you're dealing with cold and snow and trying to get places, you can't walk somewhere, and if you're going to be out and about at a holiday party and you have that option to walk home, and be safe, it's nice if it's not as cold when you can, kind of take that nice stroll. I think of some of those holiday movies when they're strolling on New Year's Eve and it's just not that bad weather.
Yeah, we want like the Hallmark movie vibes.
Speaking of movie vibes, do you have a favorite holiday movie?
Classic Elf. It
That's
makes
funny.
me laugh. I have to watch it every single year. I think everyone does. It's
a good one.
Just something you just always have to look forward to.
That's a good one. I do love The Holiday with Jack Black and Jude Law and Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz. Great.
Yeah.
But I have to say, an oldie classic. It's a Wonderful Life. I will be watching that at some point
She
today.
quotes this all the time too. So
how about favorite Christmas foods? We got about a minute left. I know we're giving you a little extra entertainment, but it is the holidays, so we want to have fun.
a ham.
Ham?
A honey ham. It's classic.
Yum. Can I say the shrimp cocktail platter? Somebody
I'll
always
leave that
brings
for
it.
you. I'll leave that for
Somebody
you.
always brings it.
I don't eat shrimp,
She
so
really
I'm like,
doesn't.
you can have all my shrimp. It's okay.
That's good. And she can have all the ham, so we're going to be in good shape. The thing about the holidays is you want to spend it with your family and friends. And if you're having a rough holiday, we want to wish you lots of joy and blessings because we understand some years can be tougher than others. And we want you to know that we're thinking about you here at 10 TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Merry Christmas, Bree, and happy holidays.
Yes.
We're so glad that I know, right? You haven't had enough of us. You'll always be able to catch catch us again in the new year. We both have some time off, and so you'll be seeing us and the whole morning team back together as we kick off the first week. Lots of exciting things going on, though. But hey, thank you so much for joining us for the 10 Weather Impact Show. Just know that this evening we will have some more weather updates in between everything else to get you through the holidays. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.